Hello, my name is Albert Hernandez, and I'm the Veteran Services Director at Laredo College, here located at the Fort McIntosh campus. Today, I want to talk to you about the VRNE, or Chapter 31 benefit, and the Chapter 35 benefit, also known as DEA. So the very first program that I want to talk to you today about is the Chapter 31 VRNE, which is the Vocational Readiness and Employment Program. This particular benefit is a benefit specific to veterans, right? And there's some specific criteria that needs to be met. This program differs from the Chapter 31 or the Chapter 30 or Chapter 33 for the GI Bill. And in essence, the way I explain this to a lot of our students is this could potentially be considered a second GI Bill. And what I mean by that is that there is a program here that you can potentially get an additional 36 months of benefits to pursue your educational program. The very first criteria that needs to be met is that the service member needs to have a minimum of a 10% service-connected disability. This is something that the veterans need to have obtained prior to applying for this benefit. Again, a minimum of a 10% service-connected disability. Once the veteran applies for this particular benefit, they will be in contact with a VA counselor, a vocational employment counselor, that will make the final determination for eligibility of this program. If the veteran is approved for this benefit, the benefit will pay up to 36 months of educational benefits. It'll pay tuition, and it'll pay the BAH stipend to the veteran. Additionally, in special programs that require, for example, a certain set of tools, equipment, or testing that needs to be done, the VRNE program also pays for that. And again, you'll need to be in contact with your counselor directly for approval of these purchases. The VA will either send a PO to the institution and or to the business entity to acquire those items, or once approved, the veteran can purchase those on their own, and they can request a reimbursement through the VA directly through their counselor. Now, some of the things that need to be highlighted for this particular program is that the second eligibility requirement is that the individual needed to have been out of service, left active duty, within a 12-year period for those that were in service before 2013. All of those that exited active duty after 2013, there is no 12-year limit eligibility requirement, meaning that you can apply for this benefit 5, 10, 15, 20 years down the road, and the benefit will still be there. But again, that other criteria needs to be met, and that will be determined by the VA counselor. The second benefit I want to talk to you today about is Chapter 35, and it is known as the Dependents Education and Assistance Program. This particular program is specifically for the spouse and or the children, the dependents, of the veteran. In this particular case, the veteran needs to have met some criteria directly through the VA. So the very first criteria that needs to be met is that the veteran needs to have been identified as being 100% service-connected disabled with a total and permanent rating. The VA, once the individual has achieved that particular status, the VA will send out a letter to the service member notifying them about that benefit that is in place for their dependents. Any individuals that come in will gladly help them apply for that particular benefit for the dependents. And what this benefit does is that it pays a stipend. It doesn't pay tuition, it doesn't pay books, but rather it pays a monthly stipend while the enrollment of the first class date and the last class date is active. So roughly for a student that is in full-time enrollment at Laredo College, it is expected to receive about $1,600. The student, would receive about $1,600 per month during the time of enrollment. And obviously, if they enroll for less periods of time or fewer hours, then they would receive a lower amount that would be determined by the VA. But this particular benefit, like I said, is a great benefit. The eligibility comes through the veteran. They have to be 100% service-connected, total and permanent rating, and at that point, then the spouse and the children can apply for this particular benefit. The beauty of this thing is that just like the post 9/11, once the eligibility has been determined, there is no expiration date for this benefit, meaning that you can use it immediately after the veteran has obtained that rating, or they can use it 5, 10, 15 years down the road or beyond. If there's any questions, I invite you to please call me. You can reach me at 721-5242. You can come by and visit with us here at the office. We're located at the Fort McIntosh campus, the Lerma Peña building, Suite 250. And you can also visit our website at laredo.edu/veterans.